Good morning and welcome to Beyond the SEAF Model. I'm Jack Kosar. This is effective for January 27th, 2025. Let's get started. SEAF signals for this week. Industrials and financials remain, and we add communication services to the mix. Financials obviously being very much held up by its tactical month and strategic quarter, and industrials showing favor toward its trading week and tactical month. We do have a tie here, rankings, so I thought it was good time to explain some of the more finite or detailed rules of how we select the top three for the SEAF model. We do have a ranking of 14 for both communication services and consumer discretionary. The way we solve this is we go to the trading week. We identify the higher ranking on the trading week as it's the new money. So as new money is being introduced into the SEAF model, with the same score of 14, we will default here to communication services as our third. That is not to disparage consumer discretionary any means. It is still a favored sector, but we are going to take the new money, the higher ranking on the trading week, to clarify our top three. Energy continues its downfall. That's a second consecutive week in terms of money flowing heavily out of energy after that little test of in the tactical month. Healthcare remains toward the bottom after showing a little promise in life as well. And technology, top weekly on the trading week. Obviously, our data is through last week. So what happened with DeepSeek over the weekend was not included in this data set. We're going to talk about it just a little bit when we go over the rainbow chart and technology. But overall, everything was looking relatively calm. Going into our heat map, asset flows were about half of what they were 2 weeks ago. So things were relatively even. As you can see here, we have a lot of neutral colors on the trading week, not a lot of activity. Or not a lot of movement from the previous week. We had a little bit of an influx in technology after a tough month. Industrials remain strong. A little bit of a pullback on financials. But to note with this financials here was 0.08% reduction for the trading week. Now that's not a very big number. It's actually quite small, less than a tenth of a percent. So there was an extreme outflow in energy, negative 0.62%, which is significant. And again, we saw technology come in at 0.62. This is significant, but and I'm just going to pull up technology right now just to kind of have it on the side screen. With the idea that DeepSeek comes out, it's an AI program from China, looking at using less energy and being a little bit more efficient, making semiconductors less important. Now, the information did come over the weekend. Was not included in the asset flow. So we're going to be, this is the Watch This Space episode of Beyond the SEAF Model. We're really going to have a deep dive into understanding what the flows did. I'm going to look forward to breaking it down with you all next week and understanding how the market's going to react to this information. We'll have a full week of data the next time I talk to you. But, want to keep in mind that looking at technology as it looks like it's rising up, again, really strong on the trading week. We'll have to see what happens. The market is going to have to digest what this what this new AI model that's more efficient, needs less GPUs is going to do for the broader market. Let's now move off and head into our other rainbow charts. Communication services, we kind of dipped down into neutral after having a nice relative outperformance run that was coming toward the end of August, early part of September. Dipping down into that neutral, which caused a little bit of this slide and peaking its way back up into favored. Now, it is a SEAF signal, but we will want to see some continued strength in communication services, really to get upward favor, to get this relative outperformance to turn. But the key thing here is similar to industrials, as we float around that neutral to favored, you want to see that spike in asset flows to kind of generate you up into that favor to really get that movement in the relative outperformance. And again, we will have to see how the market digests this information. We have very much been on a long bull run here, very much driven by AI. So we have to see how this all recapitulates. But the nice thing about the SEAF model is it goes where the money goes. So however the market, we're not here to predict or prognosticate. I don't believe the markets knew that AI was going to, or DeepSeek was going to post out and kind of disrupt the market a little bit. But here, if you can see industrials moving up forward. Nice positive relative outperformance. Again, this is the wait and see beyond the SEAF model. So we are going to see how the numbers flow, and we're going to follow the numbers. There's no way to predict some of these things, and honestly, it's really hard to predict or really project out into the future. So we're going to follow where the money goes. Last but not least, I just wanted to highlight energy here. We've been kind of seeing this I wish he could situation going on where we try to get up into favored, we get a little bit of relative outperformance spike, and then we crater back down into a void. And we seem to be hitting this pattern over and over again. We came up into favored. This cross from a void to neutral to favored did produce some relative outperformance and energy, but overall really kind of stuck. There's you can kind of see here, I should have drawn this in, but there's a resistance line here up in this relative outperformance versus SPY that kind of is getting tested and failed, tested and failed, tested, and then a third fail. So we're headed down into a void. Again, energy was relatively strong move in a negative 0.62 on the trading week, and we're also seeing a strong outflow over the last 3 months with that brief interlude that brought us up into favored over the tactical month, but heading into a void, heading kind of in that wrong direction. That is all I have for this week. I look forward to breaking the SEAF model down with you all next week, especially with these new numbers and seeing how the SEAF model and the broader market reacts to this potential popping of the AI bubble. Thank you.